And a happy what the hell everything day for the week of September 20th. Oh my God, September 20th. It's the end of summer almost. But before we get rolling, patreon.com/we3Smiths. All sorts of extras on the Patreon page, working on more extras on the Patreon page. Of course, video editions of Rock and Roll Roundtable, Sunday morning talk practice, reviews, reactions, early stuff. You know it. Patreon.com/we3Smiths. You know it. What the hell everything. What the hell everything. And yes, welcome to the What the Hell Everything podcast. My name is Smitty. And oh my God, yes, almost the end of summer. I've never been more excited for fall, I don't think, ever. Like, I used to be the typical northern Michigan dude that likes winter and wanted to go like snowmobiling and wanted to do all that shit. As I like to say, I'm half redneck. You know, I like to do all that shit. And then, honestly, I've never even told this story before. How the fuck have I never told this story before on the air or anything? Where that I am legitimately allergic to the cold. Or at least I used to be. It doesn't happen as much anymore, maybe because I avoid being out in the cold for very long. But like, legit, especially if it's like a damp cold, you know, a humid cold, not a dry heat or a dry cold. But like, I will fucking legit, my belly, my arms, my legs break out in hives. Like big blotchy hives too. It's not like, they're not little. And like, I've tried to tell this to people and they're like, you're stupid. Went to the doctor, they're like, you're fucking crazy. So there was that. But then I also went in the Army and I lived in Louisiana for like 13 months and got totally spoiled by the hot weather, and I loved it. And ever since then, I'd hated fucking, I loved hot weather. 90 plus, I'm good. I like to be sitting there sweating out on the deck drinking margaritas. It's fun. Makes me feel happy. Being all hot and sweaty is kind of stupid to say out loud, but it's gotten different, especially with being older. You know, I'm seeking out more milder climates and more mild lifestyles, I guess is the old man things, you know. And that means changing climate. Maybe. But yeah, I never have been into the cold at all. And I'm not saying that I am now, but I am embracing the fall a lot better. Maybe that's because you're working downtown now in Traverse City. And it sounds pretty ridiculous that there's such a drastic like shift in mood when you're downtown, but you know, when you're in the midst of all the people, it's harder to deal with, you know, when you're driving through fucking mountains of people. It's like driving through Disney World sometimes. You're like, you know, look, somebody might walk across the street. It's also kind of like driving in Korea when I lived in Korea for a year, you know, very narrow streets, driving big fucking trucks. And there didn't really seem to be a whole lot of road discipline practiced by the people of South Korea, because just fucking people just walk right out in front of your fucking truck. You hear stories about like soldiers accidentally hitting civilians and they go to prison forever. Hard South Korean prisons from the stories we heard. I don't know how much harder the Korean prisons are than the prisons in the United States, but either way, fuck, man. Like, why don't you practice road discipline? Fucking kids just walking right out in the middle of the fucking road. And they're so narrow. Those roads are so fucking narrow, too, that, like, we're driving military trucks, deuce and a halves and 5 tons, and you're already fucking, you know, wary of civilians walking out in front of you. But then you have another obstacle, which is the South Korean army trucks, the ROK trucks, Republic of Korea, going the opposite way. And the roads are so narrow that your mirrors that are out on each driver's side smack. And like, oh man, is that something we should stop for and like do a report? No, keep fucking going. Keep going. Don't ever stop. Man, I forgot all about that. So it happens with what the hell everything. It just goes left to right, up, down. We're talking about cold weather allergies, and all of a sudden fucking driving in Korea stories. It just happens. Yeah, I don't plan any of this shit. I just say go. What the hell everything. Man, I saw this really good little meme yesterday, and it was just it was a simple political meme, kind of. I didn't even read the context of the meme, but it got banned by Facebook. So the meme was shared as a screenshot along with the warning and why it was banned from Facebook. I'm not going to show it. But essentially, it was a political meme, and it was satire, but it included some fake news or fake facts, according to Facebook or whoever's doing the fact-checking. And while they could very well be incorrect facts and wrong facts, the point of the meme was that the fall of the Roman Empire. Let me get it right. The fall of the the fall of the Roman Empire. I was just talking to Tim and Ryan about the stuttering Smitty and just how fucking how much of a challenge it was to actually get through some words sometimes with the stuttering Smitty. I'll actually play it for you here because it just got sent to the thread. A couple clips, like 4-second clips from the morning show. And then I have to get back and remember what the fuck I was just talking about. So let me get a couple of these clips up. It's just ridiculous. How the fuck did this person ever have a morning show or podcast or whatever? Number one, there's 3 clips. Next.
It's a rudimentary shaft, but it still works.
Oh, yeah, so that. And then the next one, he just said, what was that?
All you guys do in this house is be loud, yell, and poop.
So what the fuck was I just talking about? How much I struggle to get through words. Hey, I forgot totally what I was talking about. Edit.
Hi, I'm Tom. Henry.
All right, Roman Empire, the point of the meme was that is how the Roman Empire fell, was due to fact-checking satire. Back long way around to that fucking story. That was the point of that meme. That was the point, is that stop. Back on point now. Stop fucking freaking out over everything everybody says. Like, it is so absurd. And I know that it's, that there's a point to all of it. Like, there's a point to shutting down a lot of that shit because you have to. But I where does common sense fit in as far as some of this content that gets pulled that's bullshit? Like, so many times on this podcast, when I go to promote it on Facebook, spend money, I want to do a sponsored ad, and the podcast will be nothing about politics or satire or sexual things, It'll be nothing about that, but it'll have one key word, like Fat Chicks BBQ, who we'll give a shout out to in a moment. When I first posted the Fat Chicks BBQ Bro Trips podcast, and I went to spend money on it to promote that podcast, it came back as it was sexually offensive. Essentially, that was what it was. Like, fuck, man, you got to deal with this shit, because they don't, like Facebook and all of these places, they don't use a human to look at it and judge if it is pornography or political or whatever. They don't have a person. They have AI, and they're like, deleted. So it's like, stop deleting satire. I had a disagreement with one of my friends recently about a certain business in a local community having something with Joe Biden, and it was him hanging from a store. And I'm trying to remember, I don't even really want to get too much into it because it was a local business, and I don't want to talk shit about any local business or anybody like that, but it was that Biden was hanging in effigy was what this person had claimed. And I looked at it and I said, no, I didn't think that was it. It was Joe Biden dressed as a skeleton somehow and hanging as like a Halloween decoration. And like there's a difference between satire and like a threat or something like that. Like there's a difference. But the fucking line should be judged by a human. Like you should have a couple, like even two people maybe say, like I don't how the fuck that motherfucking Mark Zuckerberg makes so much money. How can he not afford a fucking team of just researchers? You know, this is your fucking job. I just hired 500 researchers, and their job is to spend 8 hours a day fucking checking your fucking bullshit memes to see if they're real or not. I don't understand how that can't happen. 500 people can do that job. Look at it. No, nope. Next. Good. Next. Fuck. It can't be that hard, right? Back on point. What the hell, everything? I just, like, there's a good point to almost everything. Or at least kind of a good point to a lot of that shit. You can't have people spreading false information because, god damn it, there's all kinds of dumb fucks. You know, that are going to go, okay, you just can't do it. Like we're really at a point of no return where it's going to get fucking idiocracy stupid or we're going to reach some next level shit like Star Trek. Because we're already really close to some idiocracy shit, and just a few more dummies get born and just keep fucking, and just a few more people decide not to have kids. It's really gonna fucking tip the scale, and we're out like a scout, man. And another no return moment, point of no return moment, or is this a good idea moment? I just saw an article that there is plans. I don't know if there are plans because I didn't read the article. I just saw it. I didn't, this is not the radio show. I don't need to prep for the story, but that they are going to bring woolly mammoths back, or they're trying to bring woolly mammoths back. And then, of course, there is the argument, the moral argument. Should we mess with a species that went extinct without any assistance from us fucking million years ago, 100,000 years ago, whenever the fucking mammoths went extinct? I'm like, fuck yeah, but I know it's one of these things. Like, yeah, smart people came up with the idea that it could be cool to do and maybe could be beneficial somehow. I don't know. Like, there is that aspect, but then there's also like, who did Newman play in Jurassic Park, where he stole the fucking embryos, and all of a sudden we're gonna have fucking mammoths everywhere, and we're gonna have fucking dinosaur safaris because somebody will just buy a gigantic island and put a bunch of fucking dinosaurs on there. They're gonna have hunting safaris. It's the worst idea in the world. I don't know, because it could totally turn into Jurassic Park, right? Totally turn into Jurassic Park. Gonna bring fucking woolly mammoths back, man. I love that idea though, because fuck yeah, how awesome would that be? To have woolly mammoths, like, walking around here is a bad move. Anywhere rural, gigantic fucking woolly elephants going through, just bombarding through Traverse City. People don't know what to do with that fucking black bear that is in town. Woolly mammoths. Hey, speaking of woolly mammoths, Fat Chicks BBQ. I had to take that joke. I'm sorry. It was right there. Fat Chicks BBQ. I don't want to in any way insinuate anything from the woolly mammoths comment, but other than hopefully comedy. But man, Fat Chicks BBQ in Atlanta, Michigan, who are quickly becoming just some of my favorite people and some of my favorite food. I have not gone back yet, but I do plan a return trip to Fat Chicks BBQ very, very soon. But some of the best food I've ever had as far as just like barbecue. Best fucking barbecue pizza, the fucking pork belly bites. What else did I have? What else did I have? The mac and cheese. Oh man, yeah, the mac and cheese was so creamy and bacony and brisket goodness and pulled pork goodness on it. Man, tell you what, you can't miss them. They're downtown Atlanta. There's no stoplights. There is a yellow light, blinking yellow light. And it's basically, you get to that yellow, I don't even know if that's it. It's on West Street in Atlanta, Michigan. You can't miss it. You go just right to that, I think it's the yellow light, and then you just look left and it's right there. Fat Chicks BBQ, top-notch food. And what they do, they do a really good job of updating their Facebook page and making sure that they're letting people know if there are menu changes, because, you know, being in Atlanta and being especially a small restaurant, man, the supply chains, the supply lines are just jacked right now. They're just screwed. Everything, everywhere. Don't have this, don't have that, don't have this, don't have that. They're doing a really good job of letting people know on their Facebook page. So it's one of those things. And with any business that you like and you want to know what's going on, just you got to get notified. So subscribe to that page and you get notified of news whenever they post. And except Facebook again F's you as far as like the We Three Smiths thing that I posted the other day. It notified me today. Oh, hey, this page you like 3 days ago. So you got to battle through Facebook. But either way, follow them, get notified. They're constantly updating their menu as needed, and then being very creative with some of the menu changes based on what they have or they don't have, you know. So they do a really good job at like being creative and adapting it to those challenges. They're going to go far. Check them out in Atlanta. It is worth the drive. You're coming from Detroit, you're coming from out of state, you're coming from wherever. Make the drive to Fat Chicks BBQ in downtown Atlanta, the bustling metropolis of Atlanta, Michigan. Oh man, it was funny. I say this many times and I talk about it all the time, so I apologize for keep bringing this shit up. The virtual elliptical runs through different countries in Ireland, and I'm training to go to Ireland for the year-long hike. The Smitty Learns Irish podcast coming in 2026. Fundraising at patreon.com/we3smiths. But I think it's Treadmill TV. I think that's the channel that I follow on YouTube. There's a lot of these fucking channels, and I love it, man. But this particular one just released a couple different virtual running videos from like my local community of Northern Michigan, because it is one of the top fucking tourist destinations in the country, really. But an hour-long virtual run of like Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, and then a half an hour run at Empire Bluffs, which is part of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, I think, maybe, or right down from it, somewhere around there. It's essentially the same place. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that. What if I see somebody I know? It's a very real possibility. Or at least somebody I saw like working in the bar, because pretty much everybody that comes in the bar that I work in is a fucking tourist. And they all go to fucking Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes and Empire Bluffs. Matter of fact, I probably could have met the person who actually shot that video. That's a real possibility. But I'm just like, man, I don't want to do that. Plus, there's something about it to me that why do it virtually if it's right there? Like, I just drive half an hour and fucking go to Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, and it would be awesome. But the whole point of like me doing these hikes is to be by myself and not to socialize with people on the hike. In the pubs is fine. That's the whole point of like the pub podcast that I'm going to be doing. But other than that, like all these virtual hikes that I do, anytime I see people, I'm like, ew. Ew. But yeah, these the fact that I live in a place that people want to come to and see because it's fucking gorgeous. I take it for granted a lot of times, and a lot of people that live here take it for granted, but it is fucking beautiful and it is incredible. Northern Michigan is awesome. But there's something to doing it in person, which is, why I want to go to Ireland and do that whole thing, is to like walk these trails that I'm seeing and doing virtually. I'm like, I can't fucking wait to be there. I can't wait to do that. Like County Donegal, Giants Causeway. There was what was another one that I just did? Oh, a Winterfell run. I don't know any of these places. I'm learning about Ireland, but I get to learn it in person, which is the whole point of the podcast. But yeah. I'm not doing any local virtual runs. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to see anybody I know. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Man, it was fucking hilarious. I was cracking up. I was eating lunch at Applebee's like a week ago, and sometimes I just like to go to the chain. I like to go to the chain and sit at the bar. Nobody knows who I am. I don't have to socialize with anybody. Just want to go sit there, just mind my own business, and go in there. And I ordered a burger, and I'm sitting at the bar, and I just started fucking cracking up because the bartender was pretty goddamn attractive. So what was going through my head as this happens? Not that I thought that I was even going to date this person or anything, because I'm still not dating or any of that shit. Fucking maybe I'll put a 420 break link for that 420 break about that very subject. But sitting at the bar at Applebee's, and I'm eating my burger. Now, what happens when I'm eating really anymore, since I had Bell's palsy close to 2 years ago now, because it's still not back all the way. So when I make certain facial movements or am chewing a lot of times, depending on my head position, what I'm looking at while I'm eating, the eye muscles or some part of the side of the face still don't connect properly. So when I'm eating, it's like, and I was sitting there eating with my fucking lazy eye. I was just fucking laughing my ass off at the idea that I'm never getting laid ever again. There's no way. Like, this smoking hot bartender is going to see, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy's eye? Is this guy having a stroke at the bar? This old man is having a stroke at the bar. Nope, just eating. Just Bell's palsy, which, by the way, the Bell's Palsy t-shirt that McTy got me. Bell's Palsy Club, which is party on the left and, party on the right, business on the left. Cue Bell's Palsy picture. It's so fucking stupid. That's going to wrap up the What the Hell Everything podcast. Check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/we3Smiths. And until the next time.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye. Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
What the hell, everything?